everyone, welcome to Kidsstoppress.com. We're really excited because today we have with us Aloka Gambhir, who's a certified lactation consultant, a dear friend, blogger, and a baby-wearing enthusiast. Welcome, Aloka.
Hi Mansi, I'm so happy to be here.
Awesome. Aloka, tell us about your journey to being a lactation consultant.
So when I had my first son, like almost 4 years ago, I was already like very much into nutrition and natural living. I was writing a blog on evolutionary lifestyle. I changed my own lifestyle. So I knew for sure I wanted to breastfeed and not give anything artificial for as long as I could manage with my son. Like being a new mom is such hard work. So just to have someone to listen to you, to give you evidence-based advice, to tell you that okay, you're doing good, everything is good. I don't think there's that sort of person for most new moms today.
Right.
So I did a course on lactation.
What do you think are the challenges, and when is the right time to reach out to a lactation expert?
I think like the right time is before having the baby, because however prepared you are, like your first baby it just brings about like a whole new world for the mother.
What are the issues that young mothers face or new moms face that one should get?
So people have this mindset that you will not make enough milk, and as soon as the baby starts rooting around, they give top feed, because people genuinely believe that a newborn should be sleeping for 2 hours in between feeds, or sleep for a certain amount, be okay for this much time, which is not true in an exclusively breastfed baby.
What to do when you feel like everything is associated with hunger? So you say, no, he's crying because he's hungry.
Yeah, so absolutely, exactly. So that's exactly how it starts. Every like whimper the baby makes, there'll be like 10 other people telling you that the baby is hungry, and the baby's needs are just like, obviously first thing is to be fed, and second, like the most important need is just to be with the mother.
And what about issues that the new moms run into, like in terms of what are the signs that new moms should actually catch on to in terms of engorgement, or in the first 10-15 days that after the baby is born?
I think the main thing that the moms need to just be mentally prepared. I mean, just know that it's going to be like, this is what my job is going to be like, feeding the baby all the time, having the baby constantly latch as much as possible, and then a lot of the issues like engorgement and all do get resolved with if the start is right.
So when you say are you making enough milk, how much is enough milk? How do you know that how do you like resolve those doubts? Am I making enough milk?
There are actually only 2 indicators of bad supply. That is, if the baby is not gaining weight, or if the poop count is low in the initial days. So normally by about day 3 or 4 till about 5 weeks, the baby will be pooping at least 5 tiny poos. So that's like literally one of the only indicators. And then after that, all the other things that the babies do, like constantly root or cry or get fussy, that's all normal newborn behavior, whether they are fed or not fed.
I often get a lot of women or new moms writing in who say that I've done everything, I've fed like every 15 minutes and I can't do it, and that's the first sign that they want to give up. How do you address somebody like that?
If the mom is genuinely, she really wants to feed and she doesn't feel that
it's a chore.
It's a chore, then there are ways to get help, and she can try. And for those who really feel like it's a chore and I don't want to do it, I don't think, I mean, it's okay.
Sure. Any as soon as the mother delivers, there's a whole list of Indian diets that ancestrally gets passed on to you. Any nutrition that's related to lactation that you would like to mention or talk about?
Yeah, I think the mother should eat well, like eat good. Like I'm a believer in a lot of these. There is some truth in a lot of these old recipes that are there. So I don't think you should like just shun it. You should eat well, like eat ghee and eat good fatty stuff, because you need that to make milk. But other than that, just be well hydrated and not worry about losing weight immediately and that sort of thing. That'll all happen in time.
Sure. Also, we have a lot of new moms now who are also working. So, who feel that working and exclusively breastfeeding may not work for them. So, any tips on how moms who can go back to work?
Yeah, like just plan in advance, pump and build up a stash in advance. I mean, most mums have at least 4 months to do that, or at least
Right.
2 or 3 months. Working and breastfeeding is hard, it's not easy, so it just has to be a choice.
It's a very valid point because I remember I went back to work in like probably 2 months. And I remember both my kids were exclusively breastfed, and I used to pump, like you rightly said. I think the 45th day got over, and from the 46th day, I was probably pumping, and I had enough supplies that could last them for like 15 months. And I think as new moms, we're just very shy of doing it. And I remember every time I would walk in, and I didn't ask for that exclusive room, but I remember every time I would walk in at regular intervals with my bag, like I'm sure the whole office probably knew what I was going in for, but I didn't care. I was like, dude, it doesn't matter.
Thing you should, I mean, there's no need to be shy.
Also, I've seen a lot of pictures of you on Facebook where you've kind of said to the mom shaming or breastfeeding in public police that it's okay. I mean, how did all of those pictures come about?
It's very important for me to spread that message, because staying in one room for like days and months on end, feeding endlessly, can make or break a breastfeeding relationship. So the more mums get out there, and not like, just go do it, they'll realize how free and happy the experience can become. Because if you're going to tell a mother that, just stay in this room, every time you need to feed, run into this room, and sometimes like it's literally hours and hours and hours when it's a new baby or a sick baby. So you're essentially telling her, you either sit in this room all day or then don't breastfeed, use a bottle. So that's not the choice that you should have to make.
Awesome. Aloka, thank you so much. This has been a fantastic, and I'm sure it's going to be a great learning experience for all our listeners and readers. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks so much.